Some movies can be very scary, but it becomes even scarier when we understand that the story is based on reality. A fictional horror film can be left at the theater, but one based on real-life events means that if it happened to someone else, it could happen to you. Though many may not know it, the horrifying events of the 2005 film, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, were not entirely fictional, but rather were based on the actual experiences of a young German woman named Anneliese Michel. Anneliese Michel lived in a very religious house. She grew up devoutly Catholic in Bavaria, West Germany, in the 1960s, where she attended Mass twice a week and reading the Bible every day. Everybody in town associated the family with the church and Christian behavior. When Anneliese was 16, she began experiencing seizures, and she suddenly blacked out at school and began walking around in a daze. Though she herself had no memory of the event, her friends and family said she was in a trance-like state. Her parents worried about her, and rushed to get their daughter to the doctor, to learn what was wrong. Doctors diagnosed her with temporal lobe epilepsy. She was given some medications to deal with the condition. However, it didn't work, and things seemed to worsen by the day. Her parents took her back to the doctor, because she was having problems eating and had mood swings. This time the doctors diagnosed her with depression and once again prescribed medication to help with it. They also had her admitted to a psychiatric hospital. Once again, nothing worked. Anneliese's problems continued to pile up, as she threatened to take her own life. A year later, Anneliese Michel experienced a similar occurrence, where she woke up in a trance and wet her bed. Her body then went through a series of convulsions, causing her body to shake uncontrollably, leaving many of those closest to her certain that she was possessed by a demon. After the second time she went into a trance, Anneliese Michel visited a neurologist, who diagnosed her with temporal lobe epilepsy, a disorder that causes seizures, loss of memory, and experiencing visual and auditory hallucinations. Temporal lobe epilepsy can also cause Geschwind syndrome, a disorder marked by hyperreligiosity. After her diagnosis, Anneliese Michel began taking medication for her epilepsy, and enrolled in the University of Würzburg in 1973. But taking medicines seemed completely useless. The drugs she was given failed to help her, and as the year progressed, her condition began to deteriorate. Though she was still taking her medication, Michelle began to believe that she was possessed by a demon, and that she needed to find a solution outside of medicine. However, her extreme religious family mostly blamed the existence of the devil for these events, and did not believe in medical solutions. On the other hand, Anneliese's behavior was more like that of a possessed person, and had nothing in common with other patients. She began to see the face of the devil wherever she went, and said she heard demons whispering in her ears. When she heard demons telling her she was damned, and would rot in hell, while she was praying, she concluded that the devil must be possessing her. Watch this real and terrifying video of Anneliese's strange behavior carefully. Maybe if you were in the place of her family, you would believe that an evil force penetrated her body. Anneliese Michel and her family sought out priests to help her with her demonic possession, but all the clergy she approached rejected her requests, saying that she should seek medical help, and that they needed the permission of a bishop anyway. At this point, Michelle's delusions had become extreme. Believing she was possessed, she ripped the clothes off her body, compulsively performed up to 400 squats a day, crawled under a table and barked like a dog for 2 days. She also ate spiders and coal, bit the head off of a dead bird, and licked her own urine from the floor. Finally, she and her mother found a priest, Ernst Alt, who believed in her possession. He stated that she didn't look like an epileptic in later court documents. Anneliese Michel, wrote to Alt, "I am nothing, everything about me is vanity. What should I do? I have to improve, you pray for me," and also once told him, "I want to suffer for other people, but this is so cruel." Alt petitioned the local bishop, Joseph Stangl, who eventually approved the request, and granted a local priest, Arnold Renz, permission to perform an exorcism, but ordered that it be carried out in total secret. Over the next 10 months, following the bishop's approval of Anneliese Michel's exorcism, Alt and Renz conducted 67 exorcisms, lasting up to 4 hours, on the young woman. Through these sessions, Michel revealed that she believed she was possessed by 6 demons: Lucifer, Cain, Judas Iscariot, Adolf Hitler, Nero, and Fleischmann. All these spirits would jostle for power of Anneliese Michel's body, and would communicate from her mouth, with a low growl. Listen to these terrifying sounds, recorded during her exorcism. The demons argued with each other, with Hitler saying, "People are stupid as pigs. They think it's all over after death." It goes on, and Judas saying Hitler was nothing but a big mouth who had no real say in hell. Throughout these sessions, Anneliese Michel would frequently talk about dying to atone for the wayward youth of the day, and the apostate priests of the modern church. Anneliese broke the bones and ripped the tendons in her knees from continually kneeling in prayer. Over these 10 months, Michel was frequently restrained so the priests could conduct exorcism rites. She gradually stopped drinking water and eating. Anneliese Michel's 67 exorcisms slowly killed her over a period of many months, before she finally perished on July 1, 1976. Her autopsy revealed she had broken teeth, bruised limbs, and black eyes. But before she died, the priests claimed to have seen stigmata on her hands and feet. After her death, Anneliese Michel's story became a national sensation in Germany, after her parents and the 2 priests who conducted the exorcism were charged with negligent homicide. They came before the court, and even used a recording of the exorcism to try to justify their actions. The 2 priests were found guilty of manslaughter, resulting from negligence, and were sentenced to 6 months in jail, which was later suspended, and 3 years of probation. The parents were exempted from any punishment as they had suffered enough, a criteria for sentencing in German law. Anneliese's harrowing story has left a lasting impact on popular culture, particularly in the realm of horror films. Her tragic tale became an icon for some Catholics, who believed that modern interpretations of religious texts were overshadowing the supernatural truths within. One film in particular, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, released in 2005, brought Michel's story to a wider audience, cementing her cultural significance within the genre. The Exorcism of Emily Rose continues to captivate audiences.